Hello everybody, my name is KingStix and I have another high elo war gameplay commentary for you guys. In this one, I want to show you specifically how to take advantage of enemy tank junglers. The most important thing to do whenever you're playing against enemy tank junglers is to abuse them in the early game. That's when they're weakest. Once they get a few items, they'll become much tougher and just overall very hard to kill and take advantage of. So we need to beat them down early while they are weak. So just start out with an early invade. Here I go in at 145 on the camp using the plant to get in, take the blue, smite Gromp immediately and take it as well. I also drop a ward there. I know Rammus is a slow clear and usually starts with bot side. So I knew he wasn't really going to take my blue, so I just took my red into Raptors very casually. I know I can get away with it since he's a tanky jungler. And I saw him over there near his blue and Gromp, so I'm just going to come down here to my blue, not doing my wolves, just in case. And he doesn't come, so I get my blue, my Gromp, I'm level 4, and my wolves are still up. I'm going to come down, and I see an easy gank, but Thresh turns out to be there, so I'm just going to leave it, finish off the scuttle. And right now I'm just trying to get some vision and pressure. Corki's backing up really well. It must have been warded. I was trying to use the bloodstain from the top lane to get to Corki, but Corki's reaction time was just too good and I couldn't really do much. The wolves are still up, so I'm going to clear them out. At this point, I can go back and get my team at. So I'm going to go ahead, get it. I also had enough gold to get a pink ward, which is great. So now I can get some vision down in my jungle or the enemy's jungle, just depending on what I want to do. I'm going to hold it to take dragon. I come into Rammus' jungle over here because I saw him bot lane a little bit ago. I was hoping he went back, but since he was here, he can't fight me. I'm already a level up on him, and he's really weak early game. So like you saw, he's almost dead now, and I saw full health. Activate my E to take less damage. He flashes, I flash with him. Just stay on him, auto attack, Q through him. Auto attack Tiamat, hit Corki. Now I want to back away. J4's coming in, so I have to run the opposite path to stay alive for as long as possible. I Q through him, almost getting away. My teammates are converging on them. Rammus put his team in a very bad situation there. Thresh comes in. Corki's really low on mana, so I don't really know why Thresh is going in here. Plus Corki's low on health. This is a really bad situation for them. Like you can see, they're going to pick off Thresh because he's a dingleberry. And now Kled can just go in on Orianna because his passive will allow it to switch turret aggro after Kled falls off his dinosaur. So in this case, Ori runs the opposite way. He teleports to try to get Gnar. J4 does. Gnar flashes the wall and he's free. J4 doesn't have flash, ult, or his dash up. So he can't really do anything. He dashed to try to get to him, but Gnar flashed away. Here, Rammus' blue is up. I ping it. I'm going to get some vision, pull it out, and take it. I figured he was going to go to his red anyways. Since I was in the area, I just figured I might as well. I'm so far ahead, even if Rammus did come, I could easily bully him. Here, Corki's pushed up. I have a really good route directly behind him. Ult. His dash takes a little bit of a wind up, so I knew even if he started his dash right when he saw me, he wouldn't have been able to do it in time since it's got like a 30-40 frame wind up speed, so I could easily get there in time. We do pick up the kill on him, or he does use her ult, but it's definitely worth it. Even if you have to blow several ults to get a kill, it's 9 out of 10 times it's worth it. Kled is just such a tanky champion that I can get away with taking blue smite, plus it's going to help out my ganks quite a bit. Also, since Rammus is moving so fast, since it still has movement speed, it's going to speed me up quite a bit whenever he's queuing. I'll be able to smite him and run away or chase down fairly well. Here they have no turret. I use W to speed up. I use my fear way too early before I even get into the bush on accident. I fat fingered it. Just walk up to them, auto attack with my red buff slow, then use my ultimate, stay on Lucian, keep attacking him. The reason I didn't Q through him there is because I would have taken turret aggro, and I saw Corki coming, so I didn't want to risk dying. So I just did a normal Q on him without queuing through. I figured we had enough damage to kill him anyways. Okay, here I'm going to chase down Corki, flash, Q smite, activate my fear, and he is dead. I tried to time my Q just in case he had his flash up. I would have gone with him. Luckily, his flash wasn't up. If I would have known that, then I wouldn't have to blow my flash. I didn't want to risk him getting away, though. Gonna come down here, take scuttles. Whenever you're an early game jungler, taking scuttles is great for your team because it won't allow the enemy jungle to start snowballing because you'll have great vision. Also, scuttles give you so much gold. I think it's like 78 or like 80 gold. It's a lot of gold. His camps are up. I'm just gonna come back into his jungle. I'm ahead, and I'm a lot stronger right now. 2 huge bonuses, so might as well be taking his camps even if he comes. What is he gonna do? Take out Herald, start killing the scuttle again for more vision. Might as well get that gold, and now I can come up here, help with my ultimate, and then use Herald. I immediately ult on to J4 to save Janna. Otherwise, you just want to run up to him normally, fear, then ult. That way you can't miss your ult. But I was trying to save Janna's life, so I felt like in this situation it was worth the risk of missing my ult to save Janna's life. So gonna come up here, clear wave with my team at, activate Herald. It's going to bulldoze turret, shove out the wave. I try to push it up farther, but the enemy team comes and reacts and pushes us off, so we just kind of have to back off at this point. I have a shitload of gold. I had like 3.1k. I'm going to finish off my Cinder Hulk, and now I'm going to be going towards my Dead Man's Plate. Dead Man's Plate is really good on Warwick whenever you're ahead, because it gives you extra movement speed and damage and such. Here, I used my ult to close the gap since I saw his Bloodstain and I knew he was recalling. I didn't want him to get away before I got there, so I just ulted to close the gap. He's really fast, so I had to flash into him to stop his Q, and I immediately Q'd so I wouldn't get knocked up. Smite, stay on him, auto-attacking, and Q through him. Rammus is really slippery, so I felt like even using my flash there, it was worth it, especially since I did get the kill. I'm already in the area, so I might as well clear out his jungle while I'm here. Let my bot lane take care of the turret, and now I can just move on to the dragon. Stone and Flame Drakes are by far the most important. Ocean Drake is good if it's the very first dragon you get because it gives so much sustain early game, but overall, going for Stone and Flame Drakes is by far the best in any situation. Here, J4 is going on to Caitlyn. I'm going to ult to close the gap. A little bit risky, but I knew he was going to keep going for it. Unfortunately, his Q was up, and he does pick off our Caitlyn. Just kind of lame, but I mean, 1-for-1 isn't the worst trade in the world. Caitlyn was pushing it way too far by herself. When you're an ADC, you shouldn't be split pushing it on the tier 2 turret like that by yourself. We are behind Corki now. There's not much you can do. Great hook by the Kled. Corki goes down. I don't have ult up, so now I'm just trying to zone off the wave and get our minions up to turret, activate E to take less damage from the turret, and now we're just going to push it down as a team. As we all know, tanks are in the meta really hard right now, so the longer the game goes, our chances of winning get less and less. So ultimately, whenever you're playing against a tank as a jungler and you're not a tank, you want to try to close out the game before the 35-minute mark. If it goes past the 35-minute mark, the enemy tank will have pretty much a full build, even if he doesn't really have any kills, just because the game's gone so long, he has so much passive gold. It's kind of stupid how much passive gold people get, but right now we're just pushing down lanes, waiting for an opportunity to take something. We do have dragon advantage, turret advantage, and gold advantage, so now we're just waiting for an enemy to be out of position. Here, I'm super fed, so I'm just trying to push him off turret. We can easily take turret now. Now after we take inhibitor, Baron will be up soon. I ult to try to get on Corki, stay on with QE. I can't get the kill since I did miss ult. My teammates keep going onto them, which isn't the best choice. My teammates decide they want to keep chasing. At this point, I have to back them up. If I run away, I'm going to put them in a bad spot. We have quite a bit of damage and a lot of tankiness here. I'm going to try to chase down J4, activate my E, hit him with the tip of my fear, smite him for the slow, Q onto him, chase him down through his combo, flash the wall, and we pick up the kill on him as well. Now we can just push down inhibitor and end the game. The enemy team has had enough of getting stomped. Rammus is super far behind. I've been ganking the enemy lanes. They're super far behind. And that is overall going to wrap up this game. In conclusion, when you're playing against enemy tank junglers, you have to abuse them in the early game, take as much advantage as possible, and if you let the game go past the 35-minute mark or so, you're really asking for trouble. And that's honestly how I play against tanks, especially as I play on Warwick and other early game junglers. My name is KingStix. I hope this video has helped you guys out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you next video.